I am on cloud 9 after that. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea going out snorkeling with rays and with sharks.
But I don't want to go home. Just look how beautiful this place is. Paradise.
Good morning guys, how are we all doing this morning? I am doing mighty fine because I've just arrived on the beautiful Great Keppel Island. Now I've arrived on Great Keppel Island as early as I possibly could this morning. I got the 7:30 ferry over just so I can maximize the amount of time I have on the island. As much as I would like to stay for a couple of days, unfortunately I can't do that, or at least not this time round. So I got the 7:30 ferry over and then I'll be leaving at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I came over with a company called Keppel Connections, but there are multiple ferry companies that go to and from the island. They run multiple times a day, and all up my ticket cost me $85, which is a pretty good deal because that also includes some snorkeling gear hire as well as lunch, and even a beer included with lunch as well. So having that $85 ticket to have a full day exploring the island and food included, I honestly think that's a pretty good price. Mate, I've only just arrived, and how unreal is this? This is Fishermans Beach, which is where I got dropped off, and I'm literally like the only person on the beach. The mainland is just over there, half an hour ferry that way. I honestly feel like I've been dropped onto a deserted island. And for those of you wondering, why are you wearing a hoodie? You're on a southern Great Barrier Reef island with, you know, crystal blue water, white sand, palm trees. It is surprisingly cold up here on the central Queensland coast, like no joke. Hopefully I'll get to show you my specially selected island shirt a bit later, but until that sun gets a bit higher, man, the hoodie's staying on. Now, if you want to explore some of the far-flung corners of the island or even some of the closer beaches, there are a series of walking tracks that you can take that cut all across the island. You can't really just walk from beach to beach to beach around the outside, so definitely make sure you got your walking legs on. Walking shoes would probably be a plus too. Or not.
Alright, I did not know about that.
So I've just arrived on Long Beach, which is said to be one of the most beautiful beaches on the entire island. I did not know it was a nudist beach, but being a long beach, hopefully I can find a spot just to myself and keep my clothes on. But so far, I appear to be the only person on the beach again. Where's everybody at? This is paradise. So I made it to the end of Long Beach, and I've just come across this staircase which has brought me to Monkey Beach behind me here, and this is where the snorkeling is meant to be pretty spectacular. So I'm keen to check that out shortly, but before I do that, there's a little hill up there called Monkey Point. I reckon I'm going to climb up there and it'll give me a pretty good view of the beaches on this side of the island. I'm pretty sure I'm on Great Keppel Island, but I haven't seen another soul since I arrived. I thought it was going to be way busier than this.
Might regret going barefoot for this one.
It's just a matter of willpower. Now, Great Keppel Island is one of many islands on the southern Great Barrier Reef. And although it's the only one that I can visit on this trip, I would love to tick them all off one day because they are all so unique and are just some of the most incredible marine ecosystems that you will find anywhere in the world. You know, there's Lady Elliot Island, Lady Musgrave Island, Heron Island. Some of these places literally feel like you've been dropped onto another planet, especially when you get beneath the surface. But here's the reef I'm going to be exploring a little bit of today. Got fingers crossed for turtles, heaps of fish, maybe some sharks. See what happens, eh? Honestly, mate, if you were looking at this water, you would think you were in like Thailand or the Pacific Islands or something. It's so clear.
There are heaps of huge rays out here. They're absolutely massive. I haven't even made it out to the reef yet. Just saw a reef shark, but he was a bit skittish. He swam off. That little reef shark definitely wasn't scared. He came right up to say hello.
That was unreal. Mate, I tell you what, the Great Barrier Reef gods delivered today. I hardly even made it over to the outer reef. It was just a bit too far out. I could see it was getting way too deep, and I thought, I'm snorkeling on my own. Maybe I'll just hang in where it's a bit more shallow. I saw that reef shark in like 50 centimeters of water. The turtle was probably in like 2 meters of water. Rays everywhere. Definitely worthwhile to come down here to Monkey Beach and snorkel, man, because you are going to see so much marine life. I am on cloud 9 after that. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea going out snorkeling with rays and with sharks, but that is the wild side of travel. So I've just finished lunch, which is exactly what I needed after all that snorkeling. Chicken schnitzel burger and a mango bundaberg. Don't try and tell me I'm wrong when I say the mango bundaberg is by far the best one out there. And I don't know if I mentioned before, but lunch was actually included in the price of my ferry ticket over, and that was at the Hideaway Bar and Bistro. The Hideaway is one of a couple of places you can actually stay on the island as well. There's also a few campgrounds, there's a few lodges, and I think next time I come here, I'm definitely gonna look at staying a few days because I've explored this side of the island pretty well. I think I've made pretty good time, but there's a whole other side that I didn't even get to. But now I've only got about an hour left before the ferry comes back and I've got to head back to Yeppoon. So I found this little beach here called Putney Beach. I think this is where I'm going to relax for the last hour or so. Alright, as nice and secluded as this spot is, these sandflies or midges or whatever they are really starting to get to me, so I think it's time to slowly start heading back to the ferry pickup point.
But I don't want to go home. Just look how beautiful this place is. Paradise.
Also, I didn't mention before, when I was back at the dive shop dropping off my snorkeling gear, I told the guys there that I saw these black-tip reef sharks, and they were like, no way mate, you're full of it. There's never any black-tip reef sharks at Monkey Beach. So I showed them on the back of the GoPro, then we blew it up on the computer, and they were shocked because they've never seen that species in that area before. And what's cool about that is they're going to keep some of that footage and actually send it to national parks, because these guys help to record the different species that you see around the islands when they're diving and snorkeling and that. So that is literally a bit of citizen science that I've done today, so stoked on that. Tell you what, it is nice to sit. Finding shade on this island has actually been pretty difficult, and even though I put sunscreen on this morning, I think I'm going to be in a bit of a state tomorrow because I have been in the sun for most of the day. But with that, guys, I'm sad to say this is the last stop on this little road trip that I've been doing over the last 10 days. It has gone really, really quickly. But if you've got the opportunity or can create the opportunity to just take off and go on a little bit of a road trip, even if it's for a couple of days, I encourage that so much because it's just refreshing getting to see new places, explore new places. You find out more about yourself, what you're capable of, and you just get to experience this big, beautiful world out there. I do have another trip lined up at the end of next month, which somehow is more spontaneous and unorganized than this one. Sammy will be joining me on that one. So if you're keen to join us on that, guys, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the bell, like this video so we can spread it around, and have a chat, comment down below. I really love talking to you guys and knowing what you think about the videos, or if you have any questions, get in there, guys. I'll respond to every single one of you. Thanks for letting me ramble on, guys, and thanks for enjoying this epic Queensland road trip with me. Can't wait to see you in the next one.